Hi guys, welcome to my what I eat in a day at Res waiting for my rents to come and pick me up video. Today I'll be showing you what I eat in a day, and my first meal, I guess, of the day. It's not really a meal, but my first thing that I put in my mouth in the day. Okay, that sounded the first thing that I put in my mouth in the day, please get your head out of the gutter, is a cup of tea, or I have a cup of warm water with lemon, but I didn't have any lemon, and B, it was a bit chilly that day, so I had a cup of rooibos tea. It's usually a herbal tea, green tea, or rooibos, which I had a lot of, so I had rooibos. And then I made my breakfast using the high protein Future Life brown bread. I really like this bread because not only does it have high protein, but it has a lot of vitamins from A to Z, if that's the thing. They even have B12, so that's great. And their range includes the ancient grain, the oats and honey, and just the ordinary high protein bread, which is one that I was using. And in that, I added some tomato that I sliced up and some cucumber that I sliced up. And I also had some kale and half of an avocado that I used up like a day ago, that also needed to be used up, and some vegan mayonnaise. Basically, I was using up all the vegetables that I had left, all the fresh foods that I had left that needed to be used up before I left Res. I didn't buy more things, and so I had to make a sandwich with what I had. And I wasn't mad at it, actually. It was actually a very delicious sandwich that I made. This is not the first time that I made the sandwich. I made it the day before as well, so I knew what to expect, and I knew that it actually tasted nice. So I was actually excited to make the sandwich. And it's also very easy to make. You don't need a lot of things, you don't need a lot of sauces. The flavor is just the flavors to come together, man. When you're at Res and you're waiting for your family and they're taking years to come, that's why I decided to buy bread. I don't usually buy bread. I just knew that I couldn't be eating out all the time. So since I had some salad things left, I'm like, I'll just make a sandwich every single day for the days that they don't come. Again, you can see the avocado looks like it wasn't okay, but I promise you it was. It was just oxidated on, that's why it was brown. And as you can see, I'm cutting that off so that I can use the avocado, the little bit that I can like get out, and then use it in my sandwich for some healthy fats. And also, I really like avocado. Honestly, I feel like people that don't like avocado have bad vibes. I don't know. I'm joking. Okay, maybe I'm not. I don't know. It's just weird. Why wouldn't you like avocado? It's so delicious. It's so yummy. It's creamy. And I'm not to brag or anything, but we have a lovely, huge avocado tree outside our backyard, and it is bearing really big avocados. They're not ripe yet, but eventually they will be. Then I slice up my avocado so I can easily remove it. And honestly, out of like convenience, I just do this thing where I squish out the avocado instead of scooping it out with a spoon. Also, I don't like to make a lot of dishes, so I try and find the best way possible to get what I need to get done with using the least dishes in the safest way, obviously. And I take that out of the skin and I spread it onto my bread like butter, natural butter. Getting as much as I can, because we don't waste us. We don't waste. We don't do wasting. And I'm scraping and scraping, and the scraping continues. And then by the way, I have a bin bag there. I don't know if you guys have seen my recent recipe videos, but just in general, I learned that having a bin bag with you, whether it be a leftover, I don't know, like a packet that used to have potatoes in it, instead of throwing that packet out, you could use it to carry your rubbish so that you don't have a lot of cleanup to do, and you can just clean up as you go. It makes it easier also, so you don't have to go to the bin the whole time. Just put all your scraps in there. You can use it for your compost. I mean, obviously, like the vegetable scraps. And also, it just makes for a nicer looking kitchen area when everything is in one place. And I'm using the vegan BUL mayonnaise. This one is the low fat one. I haven't used it before. I mean, I have, but that was the first time I had used it. Before that, I just used the ordinary one. Then I saw the low fat one and I was like, oh, let me try it and see if it tastes any different. But please do be careful, guys. Just because it's low fat doesn't mean it's it's a give and take here. If it's low fat, it's probably higher in sugar, which it was, but that was like by like 4 grams, and I don't think that's that much, so I don't really mind. And also, I don't usually take that much sugar, so I don't mind having 4 grams extra of sugar, since, for example, when I drink my tea, I don't add sugar. Now I'm just building my sandwich. I like to put as many vegetables as I can, trying to fit in as many slices of cucumber. I'm not like those people that have like 3 slices of cucumber and they call it a day. Then they're gonna say, I have a tomato and cucumber sandwich. No, mine is really tomato in capital letters, cucumber in capital letters. The avocado is not really in capital letters because I had to take some out, but you get the gist. I'm not stingy. Okay, and then here's my seasonings that I'm using for my sandwich. It's just some salt for taste and mixed herbs. I'm using the Woolworths brand mixed herbs, but obviously it does not really matter. You can use any mixed herbs if you even like mixed herbs. I like to add mixed herbs because I think it adds some flavor and some dimension to my sandwich, especially because there's not really a lot going on really in terms of flavor besides the vegetables. And then I put in my kale. As I'm trying to use up as much kale as well. I mean, besides the fact that I'm not stingy with veggies, as aforementioned, I also like kale. So, and also I have a lot of kale that I need to use up before my parents get here. So I was trying to fit in as much kale as I could. I didn't use as much as I wanted to, but it's okay because I decided to make another sandwich with the leftover veggies that I kept in the fridge so that I wouldn't do this whole process again tomorrow morning. And I'll just have a ready-made sandwich that I could eat for breakfast the next day or even for dinner. Now I'm just tidying up, closing everything and putting everything in my scrap container, if you may. Like I said, it makes cleanup much easier, so have one close by so that you can just clean as you move. We move, man. To that, I also had fruit. I had an apple and some grapes on the side and a second cup of tea. I really like tea, guys, as you can hear. Sorry. But that was a very delicious and filling breakfast. And I just ate that up while I watched some Netflix. I've lately been watching Elite. I'm really obsessed with that show, especially because I've been doing Portuguese at school. Although it's in Spanish, it really helped to pick up a few words because they do share some words. And after eating my sandwich, then I moved on to my fruit. I had some grapes. Those grapes are candy grapes, I think they're called. And then I had a red apple. I don't think I ate the red apple straight away. I think I ate it like later on because I was pretty full. But the grapes served as like some sort of juice because my tea was not that sweet and like a palate cleanser. But it was delicious and I really enjoyed it. Snack time was around 2 p.m. I had a couple of raisins and some peanuts and 2 cream crackers. I don't always have snacks. It depends on my hunger level. It's not always the same. But on this particular day, I was really hungry. Honestly, I think I was just bored because I was lonely and stressed about leaving res eventually, so I decided to distract myself with food. But yeah, I was hungry, I think, and so I had that before I had some lunch, and then I had a nachi lastly. It was also really yummy. And then I had to finish my packet of chips. I had just a few, like there were very few, like I would say there were like 6 chips left, and they're really yummy. And I think I had 1 seed cracker as well. I didn't finish all of that. Yeah, I did not. I was just being dramatic. I was actually pretty full.
And this oil, I prefer them. They're really nice. They're really good. I think the blueberry flavor, sweet chili pepper, I think. So yeah.
Then lunchtime came around 4, and as you can see, the theme of use whatever you have in the fridge continues. I had a few carrots left that I had to use up, hence the carrots in my bowl, and some lentils and the kale from before. Say hi to the kale. Then I had my cucumber and tomato. Again, you guys saw that. And I had some garlic because garlic hardly finishes. And the mayo I used for my sandwich as well. And I decided to make some sort of garlic and mayo and herb dressing. Okay, so let me try and make this sound nice. I had a tomato and cucumber salad dressed with a garlic and mayo herb dressing. I think I add some herbs to this as well because I usually do add herbs just for the flavor and for the health benefits, and black pepper. And I mix that in pretty well to the cucumber and tomato, and it makes for a pretty good salad actually. It's not as bad as it looks. I know my meals today might seem a bit off, something is off. But they were really yummy and nutritious, which I think is very important. I know that your eyes taste the food. There's some saying about how it's first the eyes that, let me not butcher the saying. Something about food looking good, basically, in order for you to properly enjoy it. But it doesn't always have to look good to taste nice, guys. I'm a living testimony. Look. And let's be real, I'm a student, and sometimes I just have to get by on one wrinkly green pepper and a half an onion from 2 days ago that's wrinkly also. And but we move. So yeah, I really enjoyed this meal. Honestly, it was really delicious. The dressing was good. I had made the dressing before, so I knew what to expect. And the lentils were left over from 3 nights ago, but it was still good. And I had some kale, and then the carrots were still raw. So it was basically like majority of my meal was raw, which was good, because having some raw food, fruits and vegetables not cooked, is good. The heat does reduce the nutrients. I mean, it's good to cook your food if it's meat, but the thing is, since I don't eat meat, I don't have to worry about that. But with my fruits and vegetables, I try not to cook them too much, or if I do cook them, I try and not overcook my food so that I can still maintain, the freshness of the food. So yeah, my meal basically consisted of some carrots, some lentils, some kale, a random pizza slice that was in the freezer. Oh, and I also had some garlic bread. That garlic bread was actually really yummy. I didn't cook it the way it's supposed to be made. It's supposed to be put in the oven, but I just put it in the microwave, and then I checked the butter pockets to ensure the butter was melted, because the butter is usually a little bit frozen, so it doesn't melt the whole way through. Then I just added my concoction salad to my small little bowl, and that was my lunch. It was really delicious, guys. It might not look like it, but it was. Then dinner time came around, and this was a tomato-based pantry pasta. I used my tomato tin, my kale, obviously, my wrinkly onion and green pepper. You see, I told you I lived the struggle. And my herbs and my salt. So it was a very simple dish, very simple, very easy. It was quick to make, and it was actually very delicious. Most of the foods that I had were from my pantry and like the few leftover things that I had in my fridge. If you want the recipe for this meal, it's in my previous video. I'll link the link somewhere up there. If you want to know how to make this pasta dish, it was very simple. It's in my previous video. And for those of you that have watched it, what interesting dishes have you made in the name of student budgets and quarantine kitchen, making do with what you have? Please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and please share. See you soon. Bye bye.